Oh, we're safe. I got a good rifle in the house, like a semi-automatic.
The judge is in there.
That's coming from up there now.
Hello, everyone. Very glad to see everybody tonight. We're very glad to be back.
How are y'all doing, everybody? We're also going to do the comments once we start. This is just our second broadcast, our second night back on. So we're just happy to be back from the field again. But we'll start as we always do.
Our verses tonight are Philippians 4, 8, and 9. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. Those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do, and the God of peace shall be with you. That's Philippians chapter 4 and verses 8 and 9, and we'll pray. Father, we come to you in praise. We thank you just for allowing us to even be here. Thank you for a new day. Thank you for every day. Thank you for letting us be a part of your plan, and thank you for those who you surround us with and those protections that you give us from those you don't want around us. We love you, and we pray for your discernment and your revelation, and that the proper words be used to reach the ears that you want to hear what we have to say and the things that we'll speak about tonight. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. We have 3 Facebook channels. Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, Antlers and Surrounding Areas, Choctaw Missing and Murdered Woman, WOMBMAN and Son Center and Database, and also the LeadTrackerE Facebook page. We also have another channel called LeadTrackerE, and we invite you to like and subscribe to that as well. The channels go together, so thank you for being here. We're glad you're here. Our post office box is 655 Antlers, Oklahoma 74523.
The Bigfoot documentary, Cash App. It's all in the description. It's $101. The new Bigfoot book, Predator, Bigfoot, and the Spiritual Warrior's Path. It's out now on the PDF file only right now. We're getting everything worked out with Kindle and all that, but it will be, and that is $25 now on the PDF. I believe it's going to be a little bit more when it comes out, like on the book.
We'll figure that out.
And we also got a friend who is doing some translation for us. So this book will also be translated into Spanish as well, and as soon as possible. Patreon members, and we do have a new Patreon member.
Welcome,
Winslow. You will be getting the links to the private morning tracker talks, as well as all the updates. And every time that we go live, we will send you to that Patreon account. And we will also send it to your email to make sure that you don't miss any of the tracker meetings, nor any of these live streams or the videos. So if you are a Patreon member, who actually, it seems like once you start being a Patreon member, you become one of the tracking group. We pretty much throw you right into the midst of everything and give you all the information that you need and more. But you will be getting those notifications every Tuesday and Friday at 9:30 a.m. Central Time Zone. It's public until that time, and then we change it to private. Then we have our meetings. Let's see where we at. We also, in the links below, we have Tracking and Deterrence 101 for homeowners. In the link below the description, there's also the trailer link and the full video. That video was going to be private at one time, but a lot of people do need to see that video. You can use those techniques around your home to help yourself. If you got any questions or wonder what is making that noise, watch that video and it will help you to get that confirmation of whatever you're looking for. Also, in the link below, we have the spiritual house cleansing video with Jerry Williams and LeadTrackerE. That is how we clean houses spiritually. We leave no stone unturned, as you would say. And we do share that also in the description. Today, I want to do just a quick shout out also. We got some trackers in the field. They're not our trackers, but they are associated with us. They're also very good friends. They're out in the field right now. We know it's hot, but some of us have to do certain things and go out and check certain areas. And even all the video, whenever we're out tracking, scouting, we bring that information back too. And all that information is important. And we do document the areas. So that is Las Adventures or Oklahoma Adventures. We're saying hello to you. We know you're in the field. And if
Jose and
Tanya Marquez, and if you need some rest or food or water, you're always welcome. What else? This is not an open forum. This is a tracking channel. This was designed for our trackers. The people get to listen to what we're talking about, but this is not an open forum. Here we give lessons, we do teachings, interviews, and help people who are in situations right now. And if you've been with the channel for a while, you know that's exactly what we do. Let's see. Next, we're going to have more tracking videos that are coming up next week. And we're scheduling some more tracking areas. I'm trying to read some of this off to the side. And we will be going back to some certain areas that we've already helped deter and track. We want to go and see what's going on, because we did get one report yesterday, I believe, on where it's time for the fruits to come in, and those pears, I mean, there was hundreds of pears. The next morning they were all gone. And this is also in Bigfoot area. So and private property, no one's around, all that stuff. No, but that's the report that we got. So also, if you have your crops coming in and you are in the Bigfoot area, get your crops in. They will watch you. If they see you checking, the ripeness of it, they're coming. They know when you go out there and check on it. They know when it's just about ready. And if you're checking, they're going to come in, and someone will just even bite your corn or whatever, or someone will take a whole bushel. So get your crops in. Put game cams on them if you can. It's not to catch a Bigfoot taking it. It's to make sure that those don't get disturbed. because they don't want to be in that infrared light. So use that to your advantage and protect your areas and your pets also. So tonight we're talking about dreams. I'm sorry. I jumped ahead. I was ready to get started. But then again, this is not an open forum channel. If you've been with the channel for a while, you understand how we do things. We will answer questions about the topic at the end. So either write them down or rewrite them at the end so it's easier for us. We do have a few friends that we're going to ask to monitor. If you're on the tracking team, please monitor.
Yeah. On this screen, we can't like figure out how
if we touch this screen,
use monitor, it might go off, but y'all know the ropes. We greet everybody at first. We would love for everybody to say hi to everyone, but then during the lesson itself, we just we're not passing notes during the lesson, and then we answer topic related questions at the end. And
if y'all do see someone disturbing or throwing a disturbance in there, please
shut it down.
Please shut that down.
But that hasn't happened in a long time. We don't expect anything like that.
No, we sure don't. And we're going to do the comments before we start again. LeadTrackerE, he always does the comments, say hi to each other and see what's going on. And then we're going to start the lesson. So
everybody's happy to be back.
Can you do that here or there? Or
I
do you
can
need
do it right here, I think.
Where's the first one? What do you have on the first
one? Me. Right there.
Okay. Great.
Darcy is here. She says, hello, everyone.
Hey, Darcy.
Linda from Texas. Hello.
Linda.
I'm on the phone tonight, not on my big computer.
Mm.
Bob is here.
All right.
Linda's greeting. Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot's here. Greeting everyone. Let's see. Trying to rush around and get dinner done. Yeah. That is this.
Hey, we didn't get any cornbread. We forgot about that.
Hey, Vault is here from Vault of Nightmares.
And saying hi to Vault also. We're also going to be on his channel right after this. So
at around 8:30.
Around 8:30. So once we're done here, we'll take a break, and please everyone go over to that channel. I think it's Vault's first real night to be back. So we would like to be a guest on his stream, that show. And like I said, we're flipping with our phone here, so bear with us on a few things.
Scarborough Sasquatch Station.
Scarborough.
Email us if you would, or get a hold of us some kind of way, please, Scarborough, privately. Let's see. More greetings. Y'all can read those yourselves. Christian's here. Hey, Christian.
All right.
From Chile.
Saludos
to you. Darcy said she had to mute the Bigfoot calls because it gets her English lab nervous.
Oh.
That's the Choctaw war cry that he does in the Bigfoot calls.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah. Okay. Vault of Nightmares says that scream you do sounds just like mine. He's talking about the
the war cry.
About the war cry. Kentucky Bigfoot says, back in my day we watched Hollywood on Saturday night. Now we hang with friends. Time has changed. That's a good change.
And we was actually talking about we have the lesson and everything, but we was like, well, we just sit and have a conversation, you know, just like that.
Yeah. Let's see. Adam DeLorean's back again. Hey, Adam, how you doing? He says, what's good, relatives?
How you doing, Adam?
Mary's here.
All right, Mary.
Glad to see you, Mary.
All right. JR.
JR is here. Hey, JR.
All right.
Vault says, and thank you both for being my first guest to come when you come officially back. It's our honor. Thank you.
Yeah, that's. I think we're gonna have fun. That's
We
cool.
appreciate that. We're excited. Scarborough says, thinking about becoming a Patreon member. That's awesome, Scarborough.
Oh wow, that would be great.
That'd be a
Hey, you would be a
great
great
asset.
asset to that.
Free the People's here. Hello, Free the People. Good evening to you.
Free the people. All right, good hearing
Hey,
from
Julian
you,
Williams is
Julian.
back.
Julian.
Hey, Julian. We found out that Julian is definitely just a follower of child of God.
Yeah,
When
good
God
man.
tells him to
He's a
do
good
something,
man.
he listens. And
Yeah, they.
we're honored that you're
Yeah.
here too. And that's the way with all the people that we see on here.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Okay, we're caught up on the chats. So the rest will just be taking notes and listening and writing any questions for the end. And then if they're related to the topic at hand, we will answer them at the end. Our topic tonight is dreams, islands of knowledge.
Dreams are a threshold. Also, in the new book that we wrote, we talk about thresholds. And this is actually why we're doing this one. Is there's certain things that weren't put in the book that we needed to talk to, but it was already getting too far and
Too
long. And this could be just keep this. But it is about dreams and thresholds, are ways that energy predators or predators can get to us or get inside of our body or try to overtake our bodies. So we always have to protect our thresholds, and we've done a couple of segments on thresholds, but it is also in the new book. So that's very important information there. Dreams are real worlds. They have real energy predators, just like here in the physical world. There's a guide in dreams. But the dark voice is just that. It's dark. It doesn't have a face, but it will use familiarity to trap you. Now, dreams are real. Dreams and the guides in those dreams. Now, we're going to be talking about two different things because they're
different kinds of dreams.
Yeah, because there's dreams that God will give people, but there's also dreams that these predators will give people or give them answers. They'll use familiarity to get to you. They don't want to show you what they look like. They don't want to show you their face. So you're going to hear those dreams. I mean, hear the voice in that dream, but you won't see the face. But they will use familiarity to draw you in. They'll use the voice, but they'll put the image of a grandmother, a father, a loved one who's passed. They will use that to pull you into a dream, to pull you into a trap. All these dreams, not the ones from God, and we'll talk about those also. But these dreams with the predators,
also known as the enemy, the adversary, the devil.
They will keep you in that dream as long as they can, so that they can feed upon you. Also, the longer you communicate in a dream with a predator, and you have it show its face. If it's good, I mean, and God will walk with you and talk with you, but it won't hold you there. Tell you what you need to know, and that's it. Energy predators, or these predators, will keep you, and this is when you're going to have a long dream. You're going to have a real long dream. You're going to wake up tired also. But the longer they can keep you in that dream, the longer and the further you can get lost in a dream. Dreams are real worlds. There's many worlds. The more you get lost, and the more you depend on that voice or that guide that's talking to you, that's guiding you, it's guiding you. It's you're not,
Leading.
yeah, you're not standing still in that dream. Doesn't matter if you're talking or think you're standing on a sunny hillside or a rock. You're moving. That guide is guiding you. It's taking you all that time that you're talking with it. The longer you're distracted, the more conversations you have, questions and answers. You want to know this, you want to know that. That predator is feeding on you. You're a ball of energy. It's got you. It's talking. I'll guide you. I'll take you. The longer it talks with you, the longer you ask questions, the longer you stay in dreams, the longer it gets to feed on you.
It's draining you like a battery.
Draining like a battery. It's just sitting on you, just feeding on you. While you're thinking that you're getting all the answers in the world, it'll even get you into if you want to be a seer, and I don't recommend those. That's communicating with demons and communicating with other things. But if you want to do those things, these creatures will give you every answer you want, but it's just to hold you there. The longer it can keep you there before you go back, it's going to feed on. It wants to feed on you.
When he's talking about being a seer, he's not talking about it in the sense of the gifts from God. The counterfeit of that is a psychic or divination.
This guide also, there's also other traps in dreams. There's webs in dreams. They're yellowish fog looking or dirty white. If you touch those dreams in a dream, you can lose your memory, or you can lose why you're there, why you came if you needed an answer.
Dark water, still water, stagnant water, pond water, anything that's not fresh, clean, running water, those are negative things in dreams.
And also other things beside dreams that can get you into the same situation are places of impact where you had some kind of trauma, a coma, near death, an impact. You can hit somebody on the right side of their shoulder, on the back of their shoulder, and separate the body from the energy body. A hard cough can do that also. So be very careful with what you do.
Even a practical joke that has gone too far, that can be a trauma to someone. What people are thinking are jokes are scarring people for lives, and those leave an opening.
And don't be a careless dreamer. There's so many people who don't know about dreams, or that the worlds are real, that they voluntarily go into those dreams all the time. They get fed upon all the time. They're always irritable. They're tired. They can tell you they slept 8 hours, but they were caught in there and they stayed. They got fed upon, and no matter what the dream is, it was to keep that person there.
Things can follow us back.
When those impacts happen, or like an accident, someone's in a coma, or even astral projection, using an Ouija board or an angel board, opening those thresholds, opening those dreams, opening those worlds up, you're exposing your energy. Once you do like a Ouija board, you're voluntarily exposing yourself to predators, to energy predators, to demons. And they tune will communicate. They'll tell you, you know, whatever you want to know. But they also know that if you don't know anything really, they can scare you. They can use that to feed upon you. Whenever your energy body is exposed, if you're astral projecting, if you had even you fell off a ladder or something. But if you do fall off a ladder or something like that, stay there, lay there, stay there for about 15, 20 minutes. Your body will naturally make sure it goes back to where it's supposed to go, even though you may not feel it. Your body is moving back. Well, the body is fixing itself. It just had an impact. The energy body popped up. But since you're staying there, the energy body is going to come back. The energy body protects the physical body, and the physical body protects the energy body. And they're going to start fixing the body if you lay there. If you get up, you're going to have pains. You're all out of whack. You didn't let the energy body come back and settle back in to get to work. You jumped up. Everything's still out of whack, and you're going to be at a chiropractor or someplace like that. Lay there after that impact. Relax. Let your body recuperate right there. These energy bodies, once they're exposed, if you was to get up and leave, or your energy body could be grabbed by an energy predator, because once it's exposed, they come. Once somebody passes in death, they come. Once there's a coma patient, they're there. They come fast, and they want that energy body. So just relax. Dreams are a two-way door. Always remember that. These things, while you're talking and communicating with them, getting answers, or and there's other ways that they're going to do this. We'll get to that in a minute. But even just having a careless dream, and a careless dream is just anybody who doesn't know about dreams, or that these worlds are real, that they'll just dream all the time, and they'll say, I had a dream last night, I had a dream last night, a dream last night, a dream last night. Those are careless dreamers. They're getting energy taken from them every night and during the day also. But dreams are a two-way door. Always remember that. They can come back through. These demons, these energy predators can come back through with you once you dream like that, because you become that energy ball, that energy. Never cut deals. If you're trapped in a dream, there's a ceremony to call you back. And for other people who may want to learn about that, we could talk about that later. But never cut deals in any dream. Never cut deals with any predator, energy predator, demon, anything like that. Never cut deals. Once you cut a deal, that's for life. It's about your energy. It's about everything. It's not, they don't want money. They don't want, literally, blood is good for them. They crave that. They love the taste of it. But they crave that energy body. That's their goal. That's to get to the soul, to get to the energy, to get to the light is what they want. Never cut deals, because that's the end game. That's what they want. Everything. Objects in dreams are traps. If you see a vase in a dream, if you see, like we was talking about, a food, or a shiny car, a big stack of gold.
The stories of people being lured away by fairies to these, or think of Alice in Wonderland with the little tea party. Those are they're not for no reason. That really happens. Those things really happen. The portals, the eating and the drinking of anything in the dreams is something to be very careful of.
Objects in dreams are traps. They're worlds. That pretty vase that catches your attention, when you turn, your energy goes that way. Energy is direct. If you turn and look, it's going this way. If you turn, it's going to go that way. It's direct. So whatever you look at, you're going to go to. This also is the reason people have daydreams. And also, when people drive their car to their next stop and they're wondering how they got there so quick, but they realized they were daydreaming. Two things happened there was that the energy body was protecting the physical body. The physical body was protecting the energy body by muscle memory and familiarity. It was already programmed to go to the store. So it knows the way to the store. Your body will do that. And this is also what has to do with walk-ins. Your body already knows how to tie a shoe and drive a car and get to point A to point B. But when you turned, when you were driving down the road, you looked off left or right, you've seen an object. It could have been a bird, it could have been a tin can, which Bigfoots will do the same thing. They'll put a shiny beer can on a corner road.
Mylar balloon.
Balloons, old tires. They'll also pound down that pavement around that corner so that when you look off at that shiny object, and people do it all the time, and if you look at those corners, you're going to see skid marks. You're going to see where these shiny objects are. You're going to find that there are skid marks on the road. Daydreaming is caused by objects. They're put there for that.
And that way, if they can take you out of your purpose and destroy you or someone else's purpose by getting you distracted on the road, take you out in a car wreck like that is just not good to go on autopilot. It's not a good way to go. The only exception would be with the mind protection technique where you're doing it intentionally. But to just unintentionally let your brain drift off to la la land is an opening.
And it's cost a lot of people their lives. But also in those dreams, and in like the homes and stuff, because when people have dreams, especially if you got big families and you don't teach that not to dream, or not to pray over your body before you go to bed, before you eat, before everything, give thanks. But whenever you're in those dreams and you don't know that it's a two-way door and these things can come through, you may have a demon in your dream conversion come back through with you. Now it's in your home.
And you think it's great Aunt Edna.
Now the children have a friend talking to them that looks like a shadow. There's someone,
or another little kid.
It's going to take a form to get in closer to the whole family. But if you don't know that they're real and that this dream is set up and this dream is designed especially for you, every trap is designed especially for you. These demons, they know your likes, dislikes, your wants, desires. They know what to use. So whenever you find that there's a demon there, you have to rebuke it out of existence. Not just out of the body, not just out of the room, out of the state, country, however we would think of it, but out of existence. Don't give them a second chance to go to Aunt Edna or to Uncle Jake or whatever.
And snitch on you like a monitoring spirit. The enemy cannot read your mind, but they can read your actions. They can look over your shoulder. They can watch what you're typing, who you're texting, what you're watching. Are you staring at yourself in the mirror all day long? What's your idol? They'll know because that's what you're looking at. Are you in the Word? Are you in good things? Are you trying to do the things that the Bible says to do? Or are you just absorbing anything that doesn't point towards God and good and holy things. He's watching that. He doesn't have to read your mind. Anyone that's, so many people call themselves empath now, meaning they're really just very good at reading other people's body language and emotions and feeling their emotions. That a lot of times comes from people who have been abused. They learn to anticipate what someone's next move is because they're watching so closely so they can avoid any kind of future trauma. But that's just something that we have to be very careful of. What we're watching, because he's watching all the time, and he's been doing it a lot longer. And when they die, say your relatives, the ones that have been running with them, monitoring them all these years, when they pass on, those will go to the next family member or to other, they'll spread out to other family members. So they're still carrying that information, and that's the information that the psychics are feeding on. They may be correct in what they're saying, but they're getting the information from the wrong source. So don't get your information from your relatives in your dreams or what you think are your relatives in your dreams. Don't get your information from psychics or any kind of divination. There are spirits attached to that are unclean spirits, and they will do you far more harm than good.
It's also saying who's supposed to be talking to you in your dreams. You know, just like strangers, you don't let just any stranger come up and talk to you. You don't shake hands with just anybody.
People will make jokes about having, well, some people would call them spiritual spouses or dream lovers. There's even songs that promote it. These are dangerous situations. They're not good. They're not holy. God's not having you have sex in a dream. That's not from God. That's an attachment forming to you and an attack happening on you. And you have to guard your mind and protect your mind so that you're not accepting that kind of thing or inviting that kind of thing. You may think it's just a celebrity in a dream that you fantasized about on TV or something, but that's actually an attack happening in your sleep. There's a body reaction, and that's for harvesting of DNA. That's for harvesting of your energy. Those are not good things. You want to avoid those dreams. Incubus and succubus are the two terms for the spiritual entities, the unclean spirits that will attack you in your sleep. And their roots go all the way back to the beginning. And some people's eyes have opened in the middle of those acts, and they've really been able to see what it is that they thought that they were having sexual relations with, and it's demonic. It wasn't the beautiful illusion, which is what Satan deals in, illusion and magnification and deception and camouflage. You got to be wary of all those things and ask God for the discernment to see what's coming through. But these types of dreams will never come from God.
Also in the dreams, there's even in the Bible, it talks about the spiritual body and the physical body. But in the spiritual world, in your dreams, because a lot of people dream, you have to move like energy. You have to think like energy. It's not a physical world. Don't think about running with your legs. In the spiritual world, you have no calves and no feet. You have to move like energy. You have to think like energy. Use your intent. I want to go here, or I need to go there, or I'm going there. Your intent is connected to your will, which your will is underneath your belly button. So when you use your intent, it's a joined agreement between you and your will to move your body. But you have to zip. I mean, energy, think like energy. It goes here, it goes there. When you flip that light switch on, the light's on. It could be, a hallway down, the next room or something. But you hit that light, it comes on. That's the way energy moves in the spiritual world. Don't think physical. There is a predator in the dreams. The main one is called the second sun. It's also called the sun god. But it looks like the sun. It's bright, but it's a predator, so be very careful. It's not God. There is, God, but this is another predator that looks or tries to what's the word?
Imitate.
Imitate.
Mimic.
And
Just a
mimic.
counterfeit.
Yeah.
That's all he does is a counterfeit. The demons can't create. All they can do is mutate what's already out there.
And when you have your deliverance, when you have no question, no demon that can question you. There's no reason to be questioned. So that when you pass, you're zipping, you're going. You don't need to be questioned over something that you've already given deliverance to. There is these demons that are going to try to stop you from getting to your door. That your door opens for just a split second, and it's designed especially for you to get back to God. But there will be a demon that wants to slow you down, like what's that guy's name? Wow.
Lot's wife.
Lot's wife.
Stop you, make you fear, make you regret.
Yeah. And watch your door close.
Guilt.
That door doesn't open again. You're supposed to go. When it's time to go, you go. There's no reason to stay here. Your body has gone. It's time to go. You will not be questioned. You've done your deliverance. There's no reason for anything to try to question you. You've repented on every deed that you can possibly think of. And when you're in your deliverance, and I have seen this done, that things will come up that you have forgotten about. These things will come up.
You should pray for them too.
Yeah, and you should pray for them too.
Ask God to remind you.
What is there something I did? Something I need to,
He already knows.
Yeah, he already knows. And that thought will come back. And I've seen that done. And that deliverance was a beautiful ceremony to watch. Any communication from a demon or an energy predator in dreams is only to get your energy.
And to distract you from your purpose.
We're all given a certain amount of energy. It's an equal energy. And it's up to us. Either we're going to continue to strengthen that energy, or we're going to dilute it, and we're going to just give it away and dwindle and be weak when there is a spiritual war going on.
This is an importance too of choosing your battles carefully. You can't sit all day long angry watching the news about every single front out there that needs to be battled on. Leave those jobs to the people who are assigned to those jobs, and unless you are one of those people, and you focus on the good things that God has you doing, because all you're doing is letting that TV suck your energy, letting that Facebook post suck your energy. People are mad all day long. They wake up mad. God says don't even go to sleep mad, but they're going to sleep mad, waking up mad, and serving themselves big old helpings of being mad and upset all day long through the media. Don't do that. That also leads you to bad sleep. That's bad sleep patterns. There's 3 kinds of dreams. They're going to come from the enemy in some form. They're going to come from God. Or they're going to be from your own spirit and desires, but they're what you're dwelling on. And that's the key right there. What are you dwelling on? Because they're going to be used to get you closer to God, or they're going to be used to suck your energy, used to make you fearful. The enemy's dreams they repeat. They're constantly repeating. They're recurring. They're nightmarish. They never give you a sense of peace. They make you feel accused, ashamed, rejected, abused, frightened, embarrassed, mortified. Anything that can extract all those emotions from you, get your heartbeat going. And then, you know, like the lust dreams or even the fighting dreams, they're still extracting energy from you. God's dreams will give you peace unless there's something, and there are cases of it, and it says that in the end days he will be pouring out his spirit on all people, and we will be dreaming dreams and having visions. So it's super important to get to know his voice before those start coming to you, because you're going to need to be able to recognize who's the counterfeit and who's really God. And these are some of the things we're trying to talk about tonight. He is not the author of confusion. You're not going to wake up from a dream from God and be confused. You're not going to wake up, even if it's an intense dream, if there's a purpose for it. When you get up, as soon as you have the dream, wake up. You might write it down because they're real quick to forget. You might write it down and then pray about it. God, was this from you? You're going to know. Does it lead you closer to him? He's not just going to torment you for no reason and send you dreams of horror and awful things just so you can do nothing about it and be upset all the time. If he has a warning dream for you, there's going to be something that you're supposed to be doing with that. And the only way you'll know that is to pray and stay in contact with him in your consciously awake state also. It can really be abused, the dream interpreting. It can be abused by false prophets that will interpret your dream in some way to benefit themselves or to lead you away from God. It can be abused by you keep paying someone, oh, interpret this, interpret that, or going to psychics. What did this mean? What did that mean? God's not asking you for any pay like that. He already paid a full price for you. He is free. He will talk. All he wants from you is your attention. Don't give your attention to these other people that are getting their information from liars and deceivers. Go ahead.
Oh,
He also, here's another verse. 1 Peter 5:8, be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. That counts for in your sleep too. Some people, when they go to sleep, they will pray to be wrapped in it. Some of our strongest spiritual warriors that we know, here's some of the methods they use. They'll pray for God to wrap them in a cocoon to shelter them while they sleep. They're safe inside there. It doesn't matter what's going on out there. They are protected. They'll pray for a bubble of protection around you, something that you can visualize as God's protection around you. Maybe his sheltering wings, a light, God's holy light. Just be conscious, even speak it out loud, and be direct in what it is that you want to protect yourself during your sleep.
one of our young trackers has he puts like a mirror around him, and so he can't be seen at all, and so he's got his own protection.
He's hidden in there in the dark, inside the shelter. So
no agreements in dreams. Know that dreams are real. Don't make any agreements in there. And also, it's called assent, right?
To agree to.
And an assent is to agree, is to agree to give, something.
To come into agreement with.
To come into agreement with. And these agreements come in different forms. And they're going to be in your dreams. Fear. Something that's going to scare you. That's also an agreement in your dream, because you are in that dream. And when fear happens, you react to it. And when you're reacting to it, you're communicating. You're saying, you do this, I'm going to do this. You're going to do this, I'm going to do this. You're going to do this. You're already exposing and sharing your energy. It's already feeding on you. Sexual dreams, as we were talking about just a minute ago. Battle. You'll go into battle in your dreams, and I used to be the biggest. I guess you would say the biggest
Battler.
Every dream, that was it. That's all I needed to do was just start the battle and get into it, and very good at those things. So it was something I knew how to do. But also, when I found out later, that battle was designed especially for me. That was my designated design. Now they're having to try to find something because I don't dream no more. The exciting, something exciting. You could be even like you're parachuting out of or hang gliding, something like that.
If you're a shopaholic, it might be tons of riches and the perfect bargain.
Yeah, all that. Horrors, things that just really frighten you. That's also an agreement in your dream. That's also giving consent because you've already started. Now you're running. That's consent. You're in the dream. You're not supposed to be in the dream in the first place. You open your threshold up yourself. Now these things are coming in to either battle, have a sexual to arousement, something exciting, something horrific, something to get your energy going so they can just feed on it. That's all it is. But you give that assent, you give that agreement when you enter into those dreams voluntarily. So once you know that you're beginning to dream, but before you do anything that might happen like that, pray over your body before you go to bed. Pray for that protection as LeadTrackerE was talking about. Ask God to protect you while you sleep. Protect that physical body. Protect that energy body that's inside the physical. And that energy body is a bluish hue, and it's inside. Now, if it's me, it would be like this, around this area. It wouldn't be the full thing. It's just on the inside. It comes right like this, comes down, and it's smaller inside me, but it's almost the entire physical length until you get to the knees. And you can capture those sometimes. I mean, not capture them, but if you turn around and take a picture of somebody, sometimes you'll see that. And they have their energy body in there, but it will be sleeping. They sleep in there. There are ways to wake them up, and some of those ways are those impacts, trauma, coma, near death. Even that blow can wake an energy body up. But when you feel yourself dreaming, pull yourself out of that dream, back out of it. So, whoa, I did not, I did not intend to dream. I know some
say God's name too. Say Jesus or Yeshua, the name that you know is if you're a believer, whichever of those names that you use, or you may call God the Father, you may call the Holy Spirit, but the power is in the name of Jesus or Yeshua. It just has broken so many dreams. It's chased off Bigfoots too. So yeah. Train yourself to say those dreams or those names in your sleep too, and snap you out of the nightmares. If you're all about your home and your family, the dreams may come in that form, or your family may be accusing you in your dream. Your family, it's not really your family, it's the enemy using the familiar faces that are within your memory bank and within your mind, and that they see you focusing on all day long. It may look like them, and they're telling you you're bad, you're sorry mom, you're sorry dad, you're whatever, fat, stupid, lazy, I don't know, pick a derogatory thing, but the accusing thing, the negative things, the things that do not line up with what God says about you, those things are from the enemy. Rebuke those, reject those, because if you wake up and you consider it for a moment, in case it's a dream from God. Consider it for a moment. Is there any truth in the Lord? Is there any truth in this? Do I do this thing that I'm accused of? And you know or you don't. Just be honest with him and with yourself. If there's no truth for it, if it's something you already have a handle on, then you know that's just a lie from the enemy trying to accuse you and to get you to come into agreement, like you're saying, to assent, to get you to come into agreement with those things that, well, you're right, I am a loser, I am a failure, I have a temper problem, I'm, you know, anything negative. They want you to agree with it, and then you start saying it, and then you might say, I'm sick and tired of this. Well, you just cursed yourself that you're sick and you're tired. Stop doing that. Watch your words in your sleep and watch your words all throughout the day. Don't come into agreement with those prophecies that the enemy is trying to put on you and make come true.
And all this is to feed on your energy.
Mm-hmm.
These predators, these demons want your energy. They live off your energy. Once you're in a dream, if you don't know all these things, this is what we're going over. But whenever you feel yourself falling asleep, where you can feel that change, you can see the change. Like all of a sudden, it's gonna start opening up to a dream, and it'll go like that. I mean, you'll go right into it. I actually had a dream a couple of months ago, maybe a year ago or something. Wasn't thinking, you know, while back. I wasn't even thinking. I think, you know, maybe I was tired or something. It was just something to where I didn't do normally what I would do. And so I felt that world open up, and then it was kind of weird because I hadn't dreamt in a long time. So it was kind of like, huh. And then I could feel it going like this, like I'm almost into the dream, and I see two railroads, except the middle of it, there was no bridge there. I mean, it was pretty good distance down, but it also, the sides, let's see, the sides came in, but then they came down, and there was a hole at the very bottom of it. And when I realized that was a big spider hole, a big trap, you know, if you fell on the sides, you would have rolled all the way down. You know, if you even tried to go around it, got caught in that sand, you would have rolled all the way down. I actually laughed. I started laughing, and I said, oh, no. You ain't getting me that easy. So I'm leaving. And I could just feel myself back out, and that dream just close up. But get out of those dreams, back out of them. If you do not intend to dream, if you did not intend to dream, don't be in that dream. That's a trap that's already been set for you.
And if God has a dream for you, he will get through to you.
The further you go, the more you sleep, the more you converse, the more you let that guide take you deeper and deeper and show you this and show you that. These predators will also fight over you. You know, they all want that energy. They'll all try to entice you. They'll all throw this silver spoon up. They'll throw this blue vase or purple vase, and once you go this way and go this way and go this way, you're going to realize that when you do wake up, you're going to realize you was in this world, you was in that world, you were in this world and this world, and now you're back here. These energy predators, these guides will take you all over the place, but they're guiding you to a trap. They're talking to you all that time. They're giving you whatever they want because you're giving them your energy at that time.
It's like a decoy Bigfoot leading you closer.
Yeah, that's exactly the same way. Exactly the same way.
While the others are gathering around you. Before you go to sleep, make sure that your house is spiritually cleansed. Make sure that your room, at least start there with where you sleep and your defenses are down. Get all the clutter out of your room so it's not so easy for something to hide in a pile of clothes over there in the corner. And the pile of clothes over there in the corner also makes you think, oh, I got work to do. Or, you know, they can lead to negative thoughts too. Get the clutter out of your room. Keep everything fresh. Keep everything clean. Keep other people out of your room. If they are not sleeping in there, you know, like your kids might come in there or something like that, that's different. But don't, if you can avoid it, don't give up your room to guests. Try to figure out any other kind of arrangements. That is your space for yourself or for you and your spouse. Don't let anyone else come in there. We know of people who have had curses put on them and had objects placed in the rooms, and it can be as little as a thread. It can be as little as a hair. It can be just the smallest thing. It can be just a little dab of oil, something. Just don't even let them in your room. They have no reason to be in there. When someone comes to visit your house, you don't have to, and I used to do that, like take them through to see everything, but that was unwise. Just your room's off limits. Leave your bedroom off limits so that you can keep that place clean in every kind of way, spiritually and physically. You can play, try to keep a TV out of your room. Do you really, really, really need a TV in your room? If you can't help it, you must have one. Then at least at night, have the thing anointed with oil or pray over it, cover it. TVs are portals, computer screens are portals, our phones are portals, mirrors are portals, spirits and astral projectors, they can all come through things like that. Guard against that. There's a reason that when people pass on that they used to cover the bodies, or they would cover the bodies too, but also cover the mirrors, so that spirits, disembodied spirits, unclean spirits, bodiless spirits want the vessel to go into. So it's the same thing. They'll do that in your room to try to join with you in your sleep, or to hover over your bed, or to, you know, paralyzing dreams. Those are from the enemy. But keep your room holy. Cover up any of those things. You might play soft. Some people can't sleep because it's too quiet. Well, then maybe play real soft, some kind of holy music or prayers or something that's not going to bring more trouble. Something that points to God, something that's calming. There's also the different hertz frequency healing
528.
Yeah, that you can use and play those in the background. They're healing tones and frequencies. But be careful with that too, because some of those sources, they can put subliminal things that can cause erratic thinking in there too. You just have to be, that's why the Bible says wise as serpents, gentle as doves. Be careful of everything that you have on or bring into your room.
Also, remember that in impacts, any kind of impact, coma, near death, that the longer you're in dreams, or if these demons and these energy predators can keep you in dreams, you don't know it, but your price is being paid, because your energy is the highest amount of wealth you could possibly have. And that energy is being fed upon while it's talking to you or giving you information, or yeah, they will. They'll tell you if your aunt or someone is going to die in the family. They'll give you information just to feed off of you. They'll give you answers. They'll tell you where something has been hidden for some odd years, but that's because they're conversing with another demon and they're talking to you now. Your price is being paid when you converse with these demons, or not know that dreams are real.
Here's a common one, and the women fall for it more than the men do. They might have a dream that the husband is cheating on someone, and they wake up mad. So then they're coming into, and this is in a case where it's not happening, but they wake up mad, and then they come into agreement with that. Then they start putting out all that energy towards that, and it's just another sneaky way to get to people.
Another, and this is also does with dreams, because you can also give like cutting yourself before you go to bed. You're going to get to sleep because the energy predators and some physical predators are going to feed on that blood. But in your dreams, you're giving consent. You opened your entire body up. You're letting everything flow.
So many people, young people, do that now. They're being trained to do that by the things they see around them. They're training each other to do that, and it's nothing more than modern bloodletting.
There's many ways that these communications with predators or in dreams or physical that are very dangerous. Some people use gifting, and that is a form of communication. That is letting that Bigfoot or that predator know that I will feed you if you leave me alone. I will do this if you do this. That's a communication. That's a form of communicating.
Okay.
An opening, an open threshold. You're giving that door open.
And the more you do that, the more you increase your chances of them forming an attachment with you called mind speak. And we're talking about the Bigfoots here, where they will talk to you, and the demons do it also, but will talk to you. They'll project into your mind different words, and then the person's normally speaking out loud. If you're going back and forth in your mind, they shouldn't be able to read your mind. You've got a real problem there.
This is a form of communication with a predator Bigfoot group. This is a totem that was shared with us. It had incense and things burned in it. It was near a garden, and there were other totems. This isn't the only one. But that's a form of communication to what it was is they'd made a garden. And we were told this as kids also, that if you ever want to have a garden and have your food, to make another garden in the forest for the forest animals and stuff so that they don't bother yours. But while we're growing up, we're thinking it's for raccoons or rabbits until we get older and we know the truth about the predator Bigfoots. But these communications have been done for generations. We're nothing new to a Bigfoot. Bigfoots are nothing new to us. Every tribe has a name for these things. There's so many channels that have evidence, have their own proof. It's nearly impossible, but it is possible and still is that people don't know about these predators or these creatures. With the mind speak that the Bigfoots use, it's the same thing as dreams or daydreams. They can communicate through the mind. They can speak in any language because it's your language. It's how you communicate that they can get on that wavelength. They can speak Japanese, Chinese, Hindu, Alaskan Native groups. We're nothing new to them. They're nothing new to us. We need everybody to understand these things are real. Also, they communicate through the mind. Use the mind protection technique. That's also in the book also. Don't have any communications with these predators in dreams or in the physical world.
They're projecting to you and watching your reaction. They're not in your mind. They're not omnipresent. They're not omniscient. They're not omnipotent. They don't know it all. That's why the devil needs so many little minions and tools and parasites running around monitoring and working for him, because he doesn't know what's in your mind. God is the only one who knows it all.
And you can have these predators in your home. And as LeadTrackerE was talking about a few minutes ago, that it knows your habits, your routines. So when you're walking through the house, it's going to be underneath the table watching you walk by. When you turn around and go this way, it's going to be in that top corner because it knows you're going to walk this way. They're everywhere, just like these predator Bigfoots.
They're watching how you communicate with your family members. They're listening to you talk on the phone to your friend about your love life. Don't do that. That's welcoming in spirits. I see people putting up posts all the time, letting people know if they're having trouble with their partner. Well, the enemy's seeing that too. And then the people that are out there that are predators are seeing that. What have you just done? Has that helped your relationship in any kind of way other than for you to verbally vomit, slander? Something, you know what I mean? It's just, it's an unhealthy practice. Don't watch those things. Watch the things you're writing and typing and speaking out. Watch them very carefully because predators are everywhere trying to find an opening.
And with all predators, not saying no is saying okay. Just like some agreements, if you don't say no at all, I mean, you can say, I'm not going to vote, I'm not going to do this. If you don't say no, you're saying okay because they're going to keep your silence as an okay. I don't know if should we do the comments now and the questions?
Yeah, we can catch up on comments real quick. It's mostly, well, I've been watching them all along. It's mostly just saying hi. They're being awesome. Just greetings.
Good.
Everyone. Eddie Petch has joined us and Ghost
Eddie
Star Dancer is
Patch,
here.
Ghost Star Dancer.
And other than that, everybody's just paying attention.
Okay. So if there are any questions that we can get to.
Things we need to clarify. I want to read Jeremiah 29:11. Read it again if I already read it. It's a good one. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, capital L, capital O, capital R, capital D, Almighty. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. So if the things that you're receiving from dreams and messages, if they don't line up with that, that's not from God.
Mm-hmm. And also that reminds me, we're going to give a shout out to one of our trackers. We made a video for him this afternoon, and it's on my channel under Jerry Williams asterisk. I mean, at 728. But you can see that video. We want to give a shout out to our friend and tracker friend Parkway.
And several of you that are in this chat are represented in that video too, because we know you're dear friends with him.
And we appreciate that everyone pulled together. The team
sure
pulled together that fast. We needed some things done, and boom, boom, boom,
Like
boom,
10
boom, boom.
minutes.
Everybody got it done. Thank y'all.
Certain places are portals also. You will have dreams in certain places that you wouldn't have somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be also a dream from God, or, you know, you're going to have to test them. Even in your dreams, you could also say, or if you think that a spirit has visited you, the Bible says, test the spirits. Who do you say Jesus is? Who do you say Jesus is? And see what they say. You know,
What is your purpose?
test them, yeah. But
and also be careful with dreaming how you sleep. You're less likely to dream on your left side. If you lay on your right side, you're more in tuned to dream. When you have a bad dream, when you have one of those dreams at all, move. Don't get out of that side. turn and sleep the entire different way, turn a little sideways, get out of that spot. There's certain areas that if you stay in those areas, you may wake up from that horrific dream. You go back to sleep in the same spot.
Take it right back up.
Take it right back up.
That's what's good about get up, jot it down real quick, go to the restroom, wash your face, whatever, and say a prayer.
If you wake up, you just wake up. There's something there.
Yeah.
Get up, do something, move around, go in the other room, flip the lights on.
The Lord's really big on waking people up in the middle of the night, because that's when his prayer warriors should be. That's when the spiritual warfare is the highest. And
Yep.
so we should be most vigilant during those times. And most are just sleeping guards down. And that's when all the bad stuff's really taking place. They're certainly up in the middle of the night, projecting things, doing witchcraft spells, visiting through spells and enchantments and familiar spirits, astral projection. You can get up and fight against all that. If somebody comes to your mind when you wake up, pray for them, or ask a God. It just keeps going back to that. Ask. It's not in general. It's not an audible voice. It's just they call it the still small voice. It lets you know, is this about this, God, or what are you trying to tell me? And the more you talk to them, the more you're going to know. Just like the more you're with someone, another person, the more you get to know them, the more you can recognize what they're saying without them even saying a word. You just know. You can just look at them and you know. It's the same kind of thing when you walk with God every day. When your pets are dreaming, when your dog, sorry about that, when your pets are dreaming, when your dog's whining and whimpering and trying to run, shake them a little bit, wake them up, do the same thing for, don't just think it's entertainment and they're having fun. What if they're not running, chasing, hunting like everybody assumes, and they're actually being fed upon in their sleep? Don't let them do that. Their dogs are very vulnerable. Go ahead. When demons and predators come out, people sleep. Yeah, you just do that.
Oh, I just wanted to say that one more time so that everybody understands that when these predators come out, when these demons come out, when it's their time, when it's night time, when they come out to feed, when they come out to look for an easy prey, something to devour, people are sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Be aware of that. Don't get into those deep sleeps. Don't get into those dreams. Be aware at all times. When you're not sleeping, your body gets rest.
Yeah.
When you're dreaming, your body's still fidgeting, jumping. Some people have been known to jump up and swing. Some people have been known to pull a trigger, all from their dreams. So your body doesn't get rest if you're dreaming.
The enemy's going to attack when you are tired, weak, grieving, confused, under any kind of financial strain. When you're at your weakest, when you're at your most pressured, that's when they're going to attack. It's strategic. And people act shocked every single time. I just don't get it. It's like when everybody posts about how they're surprised it's so hot this early, but it gets that hot that early every single year. It's going to, recognize patterns. The Bible is a book of patterns, and the best trackers recognize patterns. The best spiritual warriors recognize patterns. So they're going to come when you're vulnerable, when you're on something. Be very careful about sleep medicines. How many people have taken Ambien, and I think that was one of them. They even banned it for a while from the cruise ships because some of the people were on it, and for some reason it was making them just walk right over the rails or just do these things that they had no memory of later, but very destructive things because of the drug that they took to sleep. So you have to be very, very careful about that. If it was me, I wouldn't, and that was prescribed or something, and it was something that had to be taken, I would I wouldn't take it if I lived alone. I would make sure somebody was there to be on guard for me or something.
Sure, we're going on a cruise.
Sure wouldn't go on a cruise. Yeah, be very careful about that. But your sleeping medicines, watch out for those. And you know when you're tired and crabby, and you allow yourself to get like that, somebody might ask you to pass the salt, and for some reason that makes you mad. That's why they try to get you worn down and tired and worn out.
Also, those demons, they can come into the dreams and be that person who just scolds you. Accuses just right at you. That still causes fear. That still causes that energy to
anxiety,
be exposed. And also the Bigfoots, the predators, they watch also if you're yelling at your kid or yelling at a spouse, yelling at your dog. They look for those people. Those people become easy prey after a while because they seek that isolation or they seek that other friendship. So be very aware of what's going on, especially in dreams.
Yeah, the Bigfoots also watch for that body language of who's hung down, same as human predators. They're watching for the person that's distracted, depressed, looks lonely, looks isolated, always hang dog. When you're a mature spiritual warrior, you should be past that point, even when you're really, really sick. And we have a friend now that is, and they still find things to smile about. They still are praising God. They still are uplifting. They're not feeling sorry for themselves. They're not, and we're not saying this to be mean. We're saying those are energetic choices that you have to make, and you can go one path that's going to make it worse and one path that's going to make it better. What you focus on is what's going to happen and what the other kind of energies that it's going to draw to you. So how you carry yourself makes a big difference in what tries to attack you. The person that looks timid and scared of everything, well, they're a walking victim. They're easy. The bully can pick that out real quick. It's the same thing in spirit world. It's the same thing in Bigfoot world. If you walk with confidence and like you know what you're looking at and what you're doing, they're not going to be bothering you. If you know that you're covered and you're a child, say it again.
Oh no, you're right. You know that you're covered and you're a child of God.
Yeah, or their attack won't be final. You know that you're protected and that God's got you in every one of these realms: physical realm, sleeping world, spirit world, all of it. Stay on alert, stay on guard, and carry yourself as a warrior so that you don't get attacked.
It's also something too to be out in the field, knowing you've got angels there, knowing you've got God with you. You are taller than those giants.
We'll have to, I guess this phone, I think this cord is not working for some reason because it's dead again. So we got to use this. Okay, we're going to go back up on some of them, but I'm going to try to do it without sticking my finger in the way. Eddie says, I don't seem to dream. Is this normal? Hey, take it. That's good. Either you're really not dreaming or you just don't remember your dreams, and we're good with that.
Yeah, don't dream whatsoever.
Leave it be.
That's even better.
You're having good sleep and hopefully getting a lot of rest, Eddie.
Is there a few more there?
Yeah, there are. There. Thank you. Okay, Henry's in the room.
Henry's here.
I think we got up that far.
And was up there, Julian. Hope you're still here, Julian. Eddie.
JR says, I've learned to declare spiritual truths to inharmonious situations in dreams, and then to wake up, recognize error, and then counter it. That's awesome, JR.
That is.
Very well put, too.
Good job, JR.
Young Grasshopper Apprentice says, hey, this is Clifford. Hey, Clifford.
Hey, Clifford. Good hearing from you.
Glad to see you. I haven't said hello in a while. Good to see y'all doing good. We sure are. Great to hear from you.
It sure is.
Glad you're here. We're back off at track, so hopefully we'll be a little more regular again. We'll see. We'll see.
Clifford, we do have a new book out. It just came out, and we only have it on PDF right now. I know you always want to get all the information, but the description is in the, or the link is in the description. And great hearing from you, Clifford.
Sure
It's been a while.
Like the name too. Tennessee says demons can't create; they can only mutate. TRACKERE, do you believe that aliens are abducting humans to create mutant stuff like Bigfoots and such? Your thoughts? Aliens are demons, and yeah, there's the original mutations that came from the Watchers that came and slept with the women and made all the monstrosities that shouldn't have been. And then there's what have humans done and demonized humans done ever since then, with the mutations that came from it, with the attacks from the predators. And then what are the vessels that they're trying to create and have created, as far as, and I don't mean created with the spark of life from God himself. They just want vessels for the disembodied spirits. They can't create they can't create the child of God life. Do you understand? Well, I know you do.
The only, what was it, demons?
Demons.
That we have to go back, because there is an alien DNA bloodline, and that is that cosmic spider bloodline, and that has mixed with life forms, and that has caused the god Baal, the centaur, all the mutations. That also is factored into the creation of the first predator Bigfoot, which was not man-like at that time. Through the ingestion of food of human or man, it began to take the more of a man-like form. But it's the alien DNA that's came through. And if aliens look like or has our body type, they're from here. They were made here. And there are alien types that are made here. If it's got our body type, if it walks like us, it's from here. It's just, yeah, it just has the stolen DNA of us, but it also has that alien DNA, which makes like the movie Predator and all that. But that's also the man-like form with the predator DNA in it. So aliens are, if they look like us, they're from here. They were made here through mutations. But it's only the alien DNA that came through and mixed with the good life forms to make all the predator animals and things that we have. Before this DNA got here, we never had predators. We never had dinosaurs. And this was all before the Ice Age and all that.
The enemy wants to pollute the human race. They want to replace the human race. They want to get rid of us and be us.
I went a little too far.
Good question.
Good question, though. Thank you. Oh.
Ernie Garcia's here. Hey, Ernie. Saludos.
Young Grasshopper said, excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Young Grasshopper. Yep, I think we're caught up on that.
Oh, wow. That's there. All right. Ernie Garcia, great hearing from you, Ernie. Ernie, I hope you finished the book, and we would love to have a review. And to anyone who has finished the book, we would love to have reviews back to share it with some other people. But again, thank y'all for sharing this time with us.
Yeah, are we done already? Oh, we went really fast. Hold on, let's look through our notes real quick, make sure we didn't skip anything. You know, the Bible talks about be careful at times we may entertain angels unaware. those could be fallen angels or they could be the good angels. So
Yeah,
we do
doesn't
have to be
specify.
careful. Not in that, you know. So
And that's also a
Be
be
wise.
careful as, well, I don't know. Why would it
how you're entertaining them, what, you know,
be
they can
careful.
appear as humans
Yeah.
because people, well, the
Be
one
careful
man
as,
wanted to sleep with the angel, so it's clear they appeared as humans that came into the town, but the angels can shapeshift. The angels can change their form and look in different ways and appear to be what they're not, but so can the bad angels, the fallen angels. But that's why you got to take everything to God. Be careful.
so be careful, because it may be a good angel, and you know you don't want to disrespect, but then also be careful because it may be a bad angel.
So take everything to God. God, you know, if you're talking to him in that continual prayer in your head, who do you say that is? Show me who it is. The more you talk, the more the discernment comes through, for sure. There's times now that there may be someone that sends us a friend's request, and we'll look, and really it sounds so judgy, but when you look at the picture, you have the discernment to go, oh wow, that's a witch. But there's nothing, another person might look at that picture and not even recognize it. But then when you go and look into the profile, and you can see that is really, they're very much into witchcraft, and there was nothing really visible on the photo that you could, you know, it looks perfectly innocent, but there was a discernment that told you there's a spirit about or with this person or in this person. And where there's one, there's many. That's just, as your discernment improves, you'll see that get stronger and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you stay talking with God, he'll tell you.
Oh.
Anything? No?
I guess we're done for tonight. Unless you have
I
anything
think
else.
so. I'm gonna make sure I didn't forget anything else. We do know that there is 120 recorded dreams in the Bible. 52 of those are in Genesis, and 29 of those are in Daniel, the book of Daniel. Those are references to dreams. 120 references to dreams, and 21 dreams were actually, the dreams themselves were recorded. 10 of those are in Genesis. 6 were dreams of kings or to kings. 1 was to a woman. 2 were to men named Joseph, to a man named Joseph, and 6 are in the Gospel of Matthew. So just look in the books of Daniel, Genesis, and Matthew, and you'll learn about dreams in the Bibles. Gideon, look up Gideon and his dream. Solomon's dream for wisdom, and that ended up not going later so well for Solomon because he made bad choices later. In the Old Testament, the dreams were mostly prophetic and encouraging dreams. And in the New Testament, they're encouraging and warning. Abimelech dreamed of Sarah, who was another man's wife, and God warned him. Sarah was Abraham's wife, but God had big plans for them and warned him, don't you do that. Don't do that. Jacob had the dreams of the ladder. Look that up. That's in Genesis 28. Jacob had dreams from God. These are all dreams that were from God, that told him when to leave and when to come back. Those are in Genesis 31. Laban had some warning dreams that they told him not to say anything good or bad to Jacob, so basically stay out of that. Joseph had 2 dreams about grain and stars, and he was also told where and when to go and when to come back. Pharaoh had 2 servants that had dreams. Pilate's wife had a dream that was from God, so it's not just Christians that receive dreams from God, but God knows the plans he has for each person. There are a lot of new reports of Muslims having visitations and dreams from Jesus himself, and they're converting and becoming believers because of these dreams. That's getting much bigger. Don't become obsessed with dreams. That's something that the occultists do. That's something that the New Agers do. Just don't do it. It's tricky territory. You have to know the voice of God. In Numbers 12 and in Jeremiah 3, God revealed himself to his prophets through dreams. And if somebody would drop that verse, I forgot to write it down where it's at, but in the last days, how God will reveal himself to us in dreams. The old men will dream dreams and the young men will have visions. I may have this reversed. I get that mixed up every time.
Remember, you had it a while ago.
But I didn't say the name of where that verse is, so if someone would put that in, that'd be good. And what to do when you do have a dream: get up, move, pray before going back to sleep, and keep a dream journal. But don't count, don't like look for dreams. Don't keep trying to have dreams. We're just saying, if it happens and it can't be avoided, and you said your prayer of Lord, protect me, don't send anything, don't let anything get through to me that isn't from you, and you still have a dream, you know, write it down. And if there's something bad in the dream that it's trying to point you out to, or that God's trying to draw your attention to, or that the enemy is using as a weakness to get to you, see if it's something you need to repent for. Have you been watching or bringing in anything that you shouldn't have, or dwelling on thoughts that you shouldn't be? Repent for that. Hey, I'm sorry. Thanks for drawing that to my attention in any whatever kind of way, because he even turns the things meant to harm us for good. So he'll use those things to warn us and get us away too. So repent for that. Renounce anything that's been sent to you. It may not be from you. It may be a curse or witchcraft that's been sent to you. Renounce it, rebuke it. Don't come into agreement with it. Resist it. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. And also, secure your doors and windows carefully before you go to sleep. Make sure that you always do that. And that's about guarding your thresholds. We covered that.
Always remember,
sure we're not missing anything.
Dreams are a two-way door.
Yes. Tennessee Bigfoot says, Acts 2:17, thank you. It shall come to pass in the last days, saith God. I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall... Oh, he can always roll it up so easy.
I think that's all.
Oh, okay. Well, it's the rest of it is in Acts 2:17.
Young men shall prophesy? No.
Hold on, I got it.
We don't want to get it wrong. Oh.
Okay. Your young men shall all see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. Okay, good.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so good. Thank you for that. Yeah, so God's sending them too, and we're saying, if you're going to get them, make sure who you're getting them from, and try to make the circumstances as clean and wonderful and holy as possible, so that it's only the good stuff coming through. And do you have anything else you'd like to say? Are you good?
No, I'm good. We covered everything that we need to talk to or
Okay.
talk about, I would say. Tonight.
Yeah, we'll come back to dreams again because there's so much. JR says, a good reason to not try to dream is to keep your lines open. You don't want God to get a busy signal. Wow, I love the way you put that. That's perfect. That's perfect.
That's right. That's right. You won't be distracted or bothered.
That's a really good point. Thank you for that, JR. Okay, well, we will pray us on out of here. And so don't forget, look at the video that we made for Parkway. That's in the description. Go to the channels, hit like and subscribe. You know all that stuff. And at 8:30, we're going to be over there welcoming Walt back to getting back to his shows again and improving health. Y'all keep him in your prayers for strength and health, and also Parkway. Father, thank you again just for allowing us to be here. Let us always seek you with reverence, and let all those who come to this channel also have a love for you. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. In Jesus' name, amen. We love y'all. Glad to be back. Linda from Texas says, Eddie, I don't dream and feel great. For us, dreams for prophecy, warning, a word for someone. God chooses the chosen for these things.
Yep, you'll get that message.
That's
You'll
right.
get that. You'll get it.
Yeah, look also the fivefold gifts of the Spirit, and you'll see what Linda's talking about there.
Oh, good.
Thank you, everyone. Oh, one more. Eddie says thank you.
Okay, everyone, we're going to close for tonight. We will be on Vault's channel, Vault of Nightmares, at 8:30 p.m. Central Time Zone.
Talking to Vault and Cat.
Talking to Vault and Cat. I believe they have some questions, and we want to share some information. But it's their first big day back, so it's all up, I guess. So
we got to hear Vault's testimony not too long ago, and that was very moving.
And we're going to enjoy a great time with Vault and Kat in just a moment. We hope that all of y'all can come over also, and see what they have planned. We're kind of up in the air, but we're more than happy to talk with everybody over there. It's a different.
Here comes Bernice rolling in at the last minute.
Bernice! Bernice!
Hi, Bernice. Bye, Bernice.
Hi, Bernice. Okay, Bernice is here. Let's go. We got to go. We got to go.
We're glad you're here, but you'll have to catch up on the recording.
She had TRACKERE over there at her place.
Oh,
great.
Wow, cool. We'll catch up on that.
We just talked with him today. But if you can go back and watch this stream, we talked about dreams. Just some things that if you don't know, it can help you out also.
We do know that you've got both examples of dreams.
Yeah, both
And,
examples.
we'll get with you on that on a different program. We're just wrapping this one up, Tracker B.
And Henry says later on, not all. Kentucky Bigfoot says good night, everybody. Loves everyone. Free to People says thank you. The show was great.
Thank you very much. And Tracker B, Bernice, if Tracker S is still there, tell him we said hey, and thanks for sending us what we needed today, and you too, everyone.
Yeah, everyone, thank y'all for pitching in today and helping us pull this together. That video, you only had about 10 minutes, and everybody helped us. Perfect team. We loved it.
Yeah.
So,
and for those that couldn't, we know you would have if you could have.
Yeah.
So. Okay, Tracker C.
Okay, Tracker C.
We'll talk to you later. You and Bernice get together and watch the replay. We'll talk to y'all after a while.
All right, everybody. Have a good evening, Warriors. Have a good night.